This is one of the greatest players in the NBA. I mean, come on, who laughs like this? Anyways, there's no denying that Kawhi Leonard has reached greatness. But it wasn't always like that. Back then, Kawhi was only an average role player. But not only that, he was extremely quiet, and that for a good reason. At just 16 years old, his father was killed. And while that would be the reason for most people to stop playing basketball professionally, it only fueled him. So let's do some exploring and discover the incredible rise of Kawhi Leonard. Quiz time. When was Kawhi Leonard born? A. 1986, B. 1991, or C. 1995? Kawhi Anthony Leonard was born to Mark Leonard and Kim Robertson in Los Angeles, California on January 29, 1991. When Leonard was 5 years old, his parents split, so he moved to Moreno Valley to live with his mother. During Leonard's teenage years, he frequently visited his father on weekends and summers, helping him with the car wash he owned in Compton, California. Leonard initially attended Canyon Springs High School, located in Moreno Valley. In Leonard's freshman year, he missed the basketball tryouts because his mother had to work and therefore was unable to drive him. The school's coach refused to let him on the team, so he never played for them that year. Instead, Leonard spent his freshman year playing football at Canyon Springs. Leonard's father also played basketball in high school, as he was a hefty man, standing 6'3" and weighing nearly 300 pounds. After his freshman year, Kawhi Leonard ultimately decided to quit football to primarily focus on basketball. His father, however, was heartbroken by his decision. Nonetheless, he still remained supportive of Leonard and even helped train him. So you better subscribe to the channel, because otherwise Kawhi is gonna come for you. Until then, Kawhi was a normal kid, playing basketball because he liked it and having a caring family. But that would change on January 8th, 2008. Leonard received the heartbreaking news that would change his life forever. His father was shot and killed at the car wash he owned in Compton. Despite the heartbreaking news, Leonard played the next night against Dominguez Hills. This man is crazy. His father died and the next day he plays professional basketball. But he didn't last long. After the match was over, Kawhi burst out in tears. From that point on, he remained extremely quiet. During Leonard's senior year at King High, he averaged 22.6 points, 13.1 rebounds and 3.9 assists. He helped lead the team to a 30-3 record and a state championship. Leonard ultimately earned California's Mr. Basketball title. Despite putting up great numbers, Kawhi didn't receive many scholarships. San Diego State University was one of the first colleges to offer him one. Therefore, he decided to commit to SDSU during his senior year. In college, Kawhi showed his insane work ethic, which would later pay him big dividends. Leonard would leave his house at 5 AM to work out before his classes. His three-point shot was very bad, so he worked on it every day. As a freshman, Kawhi averaged 12.7 points and 9.9 rebounds per game for the Aztecs. In his sophomore season, he increased his numbers to 15.7 points and 10.4 rebounds. But despite being a good player, Kawhi wasn't very hyped because he didn't make noise and he was no prodigy. NBA scouts were aware of his work ethic and incredible frame, standing at 6'7" with a 7'3" wingspan and huge 11-inch hands. Therefore, Kawhi showed defensive prowess but didn't excel on offense. With that in mind, Leonard landed a spot as the 15th overall pick in the 2011 NBA draft and was selected by the Indiana Pacers. Little did anyone know that this was the start of a legendary career. The night of his draft, Kawhi was traded to San Antonio Spurs in exchange for George Hill. Head coach Greg Popovich knew about his defensive skills, but wasn't sure if he could develop on offense, so he rolled the dice. In his rookie season, Kawhi averaged 7.9 points, 5.1 rebounds and 1.1 assists. He still had major flaws in his game, like his long-range shooting, but by constantly working on it, Leonard kept improving his game. In his second season, Kawhi already visited the playoffs. the San Antonio Spurs advanced to the NBA Finals, where they faced the Miami Heat but lost in 7 games due to LeBron's dominance. In 2014, Kawhi averaged 12.8 points and 6.1 rebounds, while shooting 52.2% from the field. His numbers kept getting better, and even though these deadlines are not incredible, the reason for this lies in the Spurs' playstyle. They focused heavily on a team-oriented basketball, where their best scorer averaged 16 points per game and no one played over 30 minutes a game. So when not only looking at Kawhi but the whole San Antonio Spurs, it was clear that the team stood a serious chance at winning the NBA Finals. The Spurs had a good start in the playoffs, knocking out the Dallas Mavericks 4-3. In the semifinals, they beat the Portland Trail Blazers 4-1. Even in the conference finals, the Oklahoma City Thunder couldn't catch up and lost 2-4. So once again, the Miami Heat and San Antonio Spurs faced in the finals. And things started going great when Kawhi guarded LeBron. LeBron still had monstrous performances, but Leonard made him work extra hard for every single bucket. Finally, the Spurs subscribed to this YouTube channel and therefore won 4-1, while Kawhi earned his first ring. So maybe you should do the same. But seriously, it would help me out a lot. From 2015 to 2018, Kawhi stacked up more achievements, like winning the Defensive Player of the Year award twice. He improved his skills and numbers and still preferred taking action over talking. In 2018, Leonard averaged 25.5 points, 5.8 rebounds and 3.5 assists. He was now considered a star player. His defensive skills remained excellent and his offense was significantly enhanced. Unfortunately, the same season Kawhi had a quad injury and missed the first 27 games of the season. Afterwards, he tried to play but still felt pain. The Spurs doctor said that he was faking his injury, and since Kawhi had one of the greatest work ethics, this made him furious. Therefore, he requested a trade and finally landed at the Toronto Raptors in exchange for DeMar DeRozan. When arriving at the Raptors, Kawhi was ready again. He completely recovered from his injury and was back on his feet. Kawhi dropped 30 bombs and was a threat on both sides of the court. The Raptors were a great team with Kawhi, Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet or Kyle Lowry, but the playoffs were stacked. In the Eastern Conference semifinals, they faced the 76ers led by Joel Embiid. It was an intense series from the beginning and went to a Game 7. Even then, the winning team could not be decided until the very end. So in the final seconds, the game was tied at 90-90. The Raptors had one more shot, and guess who got the chance? Kawhi became the first player to hit a Game 7 game-winning buzzer beater and helped the Raptors advance to the finals. There, they faced the top-seeded Milwaukee Bucks with Giannis Antetokounmpo, but by continuing to put up astonishing performances, especially from Kawhi, they managed to beat them, and Kawhi won his second, well-deserved championship ring. From 2020 until now, Kawhi is playing for the Clippers. There, he didn't have a significant playoff run yet, but he builds a great team alongside Paul George. What do you think? Will Kawhi be able to win a third ring with a third team? Write a comment if you like. But now, let's sum up what we've learned about the legend of Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi started as a mediocre role player and developed into a top 20 NBA player of all time. Some would debate this, but come on, he's definitely a top pick. Leonard is regarded as one of the best perimeter defenders in the NBA thanks to his combination of athleticism, size and intelligence. His incredible work ethic allowed him to improve his game every year. Some say that his childhood trauma with his dad being killed made him a quiet and shy guy, but it also made him work even harder and made him an NBA legend. But sometimes things can go other way around. People are considered prodigies and end up being complete failures and do not live up to their expectations. This is exactly what happened with Zion Williamson. So check out the video, because this one is over. Seriously, there's nothing left to see here. Come on, just click it. I'll see you there.